You've been doing a lot of personal lines.
Do tons of them.
What would you say is okay? So a few years ago, when you were just kind of dipping your toes, thinking about getting into the insurance industry, what would you say is like as far as how your day to day goes? You know, like what you do day to day, and your what you imagined back then on what your typical day as an insurance broker would be like. Is it about what you thought, or is it significantly different?
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I had no idea. I would say that this is about what I expected.
Yeah.
It was pretty much exactly
Talking on the phone a lot, on
Yeah.
the computer a lot.
on that. Yeah. This is pretty much what I expected. Yeah.
If you were going to give a recommendation to somebody else, that was in a similar, that is in a similar situation that you were in, that's, maybe they were in a trade or some other type of business and they're thinking about becoming an insurance agent, and now that you've kind of gone through that initial, process, what would you have any advice for somebody that you would give them?
It's tough because for you to learn how to build, you have to do it. But with that, depends on how you learn how to build, right? Some people will go to college and then they learn in a very almost like a safe environment, where they don't end up having all these surgeries and they don't put the wear and tear on their body. They use, their mind, and they read and they watch and they observe, and that's how you learn. That's one way to learn how to build. But like most people, you learn how to build by going out and building, and that takes 10, 15 years to learn, how to build.
Right.
For the average person, I think that's how they learn, right?
To really
that's
master the skill.
Yeah, to really master it, and to really get a large understanding of different types of projects. I mean, there's just so many different ways to build, right? And so I think that 15 years is a good way you could scratch the surface at that point of knowing how to build, at least in a certain industry. I mean, of course, industrial, commercial, residential, they're kind of all different. But so I don't regret doing what I did, to learn. But I have to be able to, keep using that knowledge that I did pick up, to make me money.
Yeah.
Right. In addition to the insurance, so I think insurance provides a good, comfortable income basis.
A pathway.
Yeah, a good pathway.
A stability and a pathway.
Yeah, and it's the only thing that gets you out of insurance, I think, is if your mind fades, as you get older. But you can do insurance forever. You can't swing a hammer as a carpenter forever, man.
Right.
You can't. So they have two totally different end games.
Yeah, it's a long. It's more of it's a big hill to climb. It's a longer road, bigger hill. But I think that once you kind of get up on top of that mountain, it's a lot more stable.
Much more stable.